Well, topping the news at 11 a.m., both sides in the Southland supermarket strike will meet today for the first time since employees walked off the job 4 weeks ago. A federal mediator will preside over those talks. Let's get the latest live right now from Channel 4's Helen Kumari. She is in Anaheim. Helen.
Good morning, David. A lot of people anxiously watching these talks to see what will develop. For the first time in the 30 days since this strike first began, all sides will be meeting with a federal mediator. Now, NBC4 has learned exclusively that the director of the Federal Mediation Service has reserved a suite of rooms here at the Anaheim Hilton. He will be in charge of these delicate negotiations. Now, this was the scene in Culver City this morning, 30 days after this grocery strike began on October 11th, when 70,000 workers walked off the job or were locked out. Rising health care costs are the main sticking point. The director of the federal mediators asked for all sides not to talk to the press, to have a news blackout on the issues being discussed. We're honoring that process by not disturbing the talks scheduled for today. Those walking the picket lines tell us the last month has been a real financial hardship.
This is very hard to be on the picket line. It's extremely hard. It's much harder than doing a job where you know what you need to be doing, and we know that we need to be doing this, but we haven't been getting feedback from the company or from the union in terms of any talks, and this is kind of a relief to know that they're back to the table.
The strike and lockout have affected 859 grocery stores ranging from Santa Barbara clear to the Mexican border. With the holidays coming up, all sides are very anxious for something to be resolved here. We are live this morning in Anaheim. I'm Helen Kumari, Channel 4 News.
Topping the news at 11 a.m. today, in a week where Southern Californians are getting ready for Thanksgiving dinners, the Teamsters union deals a major blow to the grocery strike. In less than an hour, thousands of Teamsters will walk off the job, choking hundreds of deliveries. Channel 4's Helen Kumari is live in El Monte with the latest. And Helen, this sounds huge.
Yes, it is, David. This is bad news for everyone involved. We're at one of the 10 distributing centers that are involved, this one located in El Monte. Teamster truck drivers and warehouse drivers will be walking off the job, they tell us, at noon to honor picket lines of striking grocery clerks. Now, the 10 distribution centers serve Ralph's, Albertsons, and Vons. Teamster drivers have been honoring the grocery strike by driving their trucks to the stores and then having non-union store employees back up the trucks for unloading. Now they are saying that they will walk off the job at noon. The grocery clerks, meanwhile, continue to walk the picket lines. The main sticking point in their negotiations continues to be health care. All sides met with a federal mediator over the weekend, but now they are in recess. Southern California Teamster President Jim Santangelo says he got a call last night asking for the Teamsters' help, which is why 10,000 of their truck and warehouse workers will be walking off the job.
When Teamsters see that picket line established at noon, they will be walking off the job and going home. Then if this goes on for 3 or 4 more days or 5 or whatever, or a week, then we're going to extend to the north and then to the east.
And they are promising that they will expand that to other cities as well. Now, of course, for the 3 major grocery companies, this is a major blow. This is the busiest week of the shopping year with the holidays coming up, and they say they will be forced to hire replacement workers to serve their customers. We're live in El Monte. I'm Helen Kumari, Channel 4 News.
All right.
Colleen, there was concern of a possible rift among unions that are represented on lines like this one. And it all came to a head very, very early this morning, tensions boiling over. Here's why. 72 hours ago, union leadership had announced that this picket line would be removed from food distribution centers like this Vons location in El Monte. Well, early this morning, Teamsters truckers started coming in, or at least they wanted to get back to work to preserve their health benefits, and that, of course, ran into a problem. The line was not gone. That would have meant that truckers were crossing the union picket line. So this afternoon came this surprise announcement.
On behalf of the 2,000 people working at Vaughn's, these guys are not going to cross the line. As long as there's a picket there, they're not going to work.
I think that action is what counts.
And that is Tony Perez, of course, who represents these picketers who are here from the United Food and Commercial Workers. What does it mean for you? It means that for now, the chokehold on the Southern California food supply continues. These trucks that are going by are being driven by the independents. These are the replacement drivers coming, in some instances, from outside the state of California. Reporting live right now from El Monte, I'm David Cruz. Michelle and Colleen, back to you.
David.
Our other top story this evening, a new office is on the table in the nearly 4-month-old supermarket strike. Union leaders now say that binding arbitration is the answer, but so far the 3 grocery chains are flatly rejecting that proposal. Channel 4's Laurel Erickson is live with the details. Is this a breakthrough, Laurel, or just another breakdown?
Well, I don't know, Chuck. We'll have to wait and see. You've got a lot of stuff coming up. 4th anniversary, 4th week, or 4th month, that is, next week. Plus, there's a big stockholders meeting for the grocery people. They're going to have to explain the loss of money. But as you say, the unions came out. They said, we're willing to go into arbitration. What fits one has to fit everybody. And they came with plenty of political muscle. Surrounded by religious leaders, politicians, and labor, the food union blinked.
Let's put an end to the strike, and we're going to offer today an arbitration.
We'll go back to work, they told the food chain bosses, under our old contract, and if those temporary workers disappear.
Enough is enough. We've been out for 4 months now. Our people are hurting. The public is upset, and at the same time, they're losing a lot of money.
Arbitration means the unions and the supermarkets would agree to take whatever came out of binding negotiation. In the past, the food giants and clerks have negotiated through a federal mediator. It hasn't worked. Binding arbitration would hold both sides to a negotiator's decision on pensions and health benefits. Store clerk Cynthia Hernandez, mother of a 2-year-old daughter, has been out of work for 118 days, like 71,000 other people.
It's been really hard for everybody. If they said that it was only $15 that they wanted me to pay, why would I give up 116 days of my pay?
The food chains responded immediately. Forget it. Ralph's, Albertsons, and Vons issued this statement. Today's union announcement suggesting arbitration is just another effort to shift the focus away from the United Food and Commercial Workers' apparent inability to find a negotiated settlement to this labor dispute.
This is a national crisis. Manifests itself in Los Angeles.
Okay, back here live, a couple of the people on the picket lines. These picket lines are getting a little thinner. There's going to be a big rally coming up in West LA tonight for the union people. The grocery store bosses have also said, listen, we met with your international union reps in Denver just 2 weeks ago. We came up with some proposals. If you wanted to settle the strike, you would have said yes. Well, the locals say, listen, we weren't there, and we don't like the proposals. As the mayor said today, we're no closer to a settlement than we were 4 months ago. Reporting live, Laurel Erickson, Channel 4 News. Back